What works? Language literacy and numeracy in training and assessment.
Something that the VET teachers often point out to us, they have a tendency to over-assess and to assess at a higher level than's required.
Assessment should not be the final outcome of something necessarily. It has to be an outcome, but it also should be a learning process.
It should be relevant to the competency and the workplace.
But we do have to take into account what level the people are at.
And so you need to understand your learners' ACSF levels.
I will unpack or deconstruct the training specification, whether it be a unit or a number of units. So you go into the unit of competency and then you determine how complex or simple to make the training tasks and the assessment tools and methods.
We ensure that the students know what criteria they must meet. So when you see our assessments, it's all based on criteria that has to be addressed in all of the units of competence that are being assessed.
It's important to have the learners perform the skill in an environment that's as close to what they would normally performing the skill in. We use a combination of assessment methods through direct observation, where either in a simulated setting or in a real-life work environment.
They're always wanting more efficient, less paper-driven ways of being able to assess. And if someone can come along and show them how to use a checklist that would work and would show, where they can tick off that a student has done this, or show them how to use an iPad to film a student doing it. There's your documentation.
So they need to do practical assessments, which they have to perform what they know on the clients.
We could use multiple choice assessment. We could ask the learners to provide short responses, either verbally or in a written manner.
They know what to do, they know what is expected of them, but it's often the difficulty transferring that into a written component. So I think oral questioning is also a really important part of assessment.
We could interview them, we could obtain third-party reports from their supervisors and employers.
I became really concerned that a lot of our older mature age students had not been ever using a computer. So a lot of my assessments have been devised around using a computer and accessing information.
The videos are great. They hate doing it, but it's good for us. It's good for them too, because I say it's part of their portfolio of evidence. We get USBs coming in too, where they actually have to demonstrate their skills.
Look, I think the problem with vocational education has been that there are many organisations and groups out there and teachers out there that believe competency is something that you just have to demonstrate. It's not. It's actually a learning process, and there are a whole lot of things inside of demonstrating that competency. But the final outcome should be that you can do all those things and understand why you're doing them.